I'm sure it changes every single time we say it.
Yeah.
That's
alright, man. Ad-libbing, man.
Ad-libbing is the best because it makes it more emotional, more real. Yeah.
Right, stay in that position that you're going to stay, Mum.
Also, it doesn't matter if the lines aren't perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
I would say what I liked about the process. I think you did very well in terms of making it quite accessible for everyone. Like, it didn't feel like, first of all, it didn't feel too formal. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you go into an environment and it feels like very structured. It feels like very rigid. I feel like there was a lot of freedom to sort of express how we wanted to express. Some directors like, no, you must say it like this. And I guess there's a time and a place for that. But I feel like in terms of you and in terms of this process, you kind of gave us the freedom to just be and to just do what we do.
I think I just felt comfortable picking back with what Benaya said. Directors have their way with you where you have to say it like this. So you kind of gave us that space to be who we are. And, of course, we found our rhythm along the way during the filming process.
Well, it's kind of different for me because, number one, it's my first time and I'm not an actress. So, it literally stumbled. It came to me via the lovely. So I would say what I loved was the experience for a start. Just amazing meeting. Well, I'd only met you really, and I met you on that first day we were doing the actual shooting. So I didn't know what to expect. I was scared, and I think the only thing I didn't dislike was in my mind thinking that I wouldn't be capable enough to do it. So I disliked the thoughts that I was telling myself. I don't think I can do this. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough.
Yeah, there's limiting beliefs.
Yeah, limiting my own beliefs, and then doing it, and you giving me the grace and the space and the time, and the energy that I felt afterwards was just something I'd never felt before. So that would be my dislike in my own self, but the likes would be just that the whole experience was just amazing.
It's like the only way in order to grow is getting out of your comfort zone.
That
sort of idea, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And it's that's when you sort of transcend the boundaries of what you previously thought you were capable of.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's a new benchmark. So if what you thought you could achieve was here, all of a sudden you taking part in a short film which is completely outside your comfort zone.
Hugely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because in my mind I'm like, I'm trying to act with an actor that's already done acting, so he's up there and I'm the newbie, and it was really scary, but I mean, very good. Yeah.
You did great.
Do you know what? It was like it was a bit of a daze. There was a bit where I obviously had to play the part of a concerned, worried mum, and then there was a part where you ad-libbed. Is it ad-libbing? Is it when you just and you did that?
Giving me a handful of money and you want me to believe it's legitimate?
And it kind of really made me jolt inside, not in a horrible way. Like, it made me scared, and I thought, okay, don't cry. And then that made me get emotional enough to play the part of the worried mum. And so, I've never had the chance to tell you that. So, thank you.
Well, one thing about the camera is that it does not lie. People can pick up on the energy when something's off. So I always try to give it the best that I can possibly give, and always try to make it as natural as possible. So I was more than comfortable being in the camera.
For me, okay, two things. One, watching back between takes is very helpful, because sometimes you think you look a certain way, and then when you watch it back, I didn't look how I thought I looked. So definitely watching, and you gave us the freedom to do that, to watch it back. Okay, let's do it again. And you give us the freedom to basically do it as many times as we wanted until we were happy with it. So we had enough to work with. And then the second thing I was saying, just trying to deliver each take slightly differently, because sometimes you'll go and you'll do a take, and some actors will deliver it the same over and over again, but then you're not really giving the director or the producers anything to work with. You know what I mean? So you might think you're delivering it in the way that's correct, but there's no point in doing it that way. So yeah, just trying to add something very different, whether it's pacing, you know what I mean, I'm slowing down what I'm saying, or I'm speeding up, or I'm pausing a little bit extra, or when I'm looking at someone, it's a little bit more intense. Just things like that. Yeah, is what I'm trying to think about when we're filming.
Yeah, what you said is true. I mean, it's the little things. I mean, you could give another perspective for the director that they didn't even think about.
Yeah.
So,
Good question. I'm open to anything that might develop future-wise. I won't be as afraid. So yeah, there's always possibilities. Yeah, absolutely.
ooh,
Hmm.
wow. Probably Benaya's character. It's because I remember when we had that very powerful scene where, you know, somewhere near the end where I asked him, "Oh, what happened with the USB?" Before I asked him that, um, that was a very touching moment. I think that scene, it made me think. I think afterwards when we finished shooting it, I'm thinking, oh, I would have loved to play that character as well, because it would have allowed me to, I think, expand my range even more as an actor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely would have played Benaya's character.
I never give the whole script. I just give your section, I give your section, I give your section. But I do that intentionally so that you can experience it when you watch it. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that actually worked, but I think it was more so a challenge, thinking how is this all gonna fit together? Yeah, because just send it to me like, okay, paragraph there. He's like learn that, and I'm trying to envisage how it's gonna be like in the scene, because obviously the more details you have, it's like, I guess it's a double-edged sword, because like I said, it gives us the freedom to choose how we want to express ourselves, but in the same vein, it's like you don't have a complete structure, a complete guide from A to Z as to how everything's going to pan out. So I'd say it was a little bit of a challenge in that regard, but no, I enjoyed it. I liked it.
I'll say I was excited to get the script. I was reading it over and over again, whether I was on my break at work or I was at home or I was in the park, and all I kept thinking was, what can I add to this particular scene so that way it's powerful? That way I can have people laugh, or I can have people cry and really feel an intense emotion. So that's all that was on my mind.
For me, completely different, because you sent me the script, and I remember you actually saying to me that it's just a small part. And I looked at it and I thought, that's not a small part. That's a big part. And for me, being a newbie to the whole thing, I just FYI, I didn't tell anyone. The only person that knew was my husband. So I'd go to work and I'd read it and I'd practice. I'd tape it in my car and I would practice. I'd go home in the bath, put the shower on, and I would practice all the time. And then I'd practice. My husband played my son for the length of time, honestly, that I was reading the script. So, you know, I just wanted to, and no, I just felt as if that because you had that trust and faith in me, I didn't want to let you down. So I just like went over and over and over again. So for me, it was 100% scary. And I just thought to myself, well, do you know what? I'm just going to give this a go. Let's just see what's going to happen. And it did. Oh, it's a good question.
Great question.
Very
On the
good.
spot as well.
Yeah. Come on, son.
I'll say caring. Trying to think of a better word, but for lack of a better word, I would say caring. And I think we see it in certain scenes, like how he jumps in to defend the girl that's being harassed, and then obviously the reveal at the end, we all know what happens there. family oriented, and what's the last one? Anyone want to help me out? Anyone?
Yeah, very honourable. It's very honourable. Honourable. I would say honourable. Yeah.
My character. He's what would I say? 3 words about my character. He's
Can I say one of his character? Yeah. I think inquisitive.
Very.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Very inquisitive.
Yeah.
Even from the first one, consistently asking about the USB, consistently saying, I want to be involved, what's this, what's that, what's it about? I mean, some might say busy or inner, but I prefer the word inquisitive.
Very good. He's just, I'd say, with my character, I wouldn't say he's I wouldn't say he's a bad person. As you mentioned, very inquisitive. He's just trying to find his way in the world, just like everybody else. And even though he might not go about things in the right way, I know deep down he does have a good heart. Even though I suppose with him, he in his mind he's thinking of doing the wrong thing to get the right result, but in the long run, he knows it's just not right. It's not the right way.
I would say, for me, really proud. Beyond excited. My family, like I said, I didn't tell anyone, nothing. No one knew a thing. And only when you said it was okay to put it out, that's when I did. And that was just a scene where we're in the kitchen bit and we hug. So when my family, my daughter saw it, I got a phone call and it was just like, what the top boy hell is going on? Mum, did I actually just see you? She literally said that. And could not believe it. So for me, it was just a really proud moment knowing that, yeah, I actually did that, and when you watch yourself, it's really weird because obviously, again, being a newbie, I've never done anything like that before. But when the camera's in front of you and you're told to act and play a part, it's very, very daunting. And when you see yourself and then you get the feedback from everybody else, it's and they're all saying, yeah, you did really good, you were so great, I can't believe you've not ever done anything like that before, you must have done it. And I'm like, no, I promise you I haven't. But yeah, it's a really proud moment. Yeah, really proud.
I think what it really comes down to is the importance of the work. It's about the work at the end of the day, and just making people feel something. And when we getting great feedback from everyone, it makes us feel good. In terms of my family and friends, they've seen it and they're very happy. You know, they're so proud, uh, especially people that have known me for a while, outside of my family. They know that I've always been that animated. When I was in school, like acting was always my thing. Drama was my favorite subject in school. So yeah, so yeah, it makes me feel good.
Me, yeah, I concur. I just like to echo what these guys said. The overwhelming feeling is pride. I think for me, it's funny, like growing up and in school, I don't know about you guys, but I did like quite a lot of extracurricular things. And then, but back then, it's always like people were sort of looking at you or not judging you, but whether it's friends or families, and sometimes there's pressure or people are comparing you to what other people are doing at that age.
So true.
So a lot of the time it's like, oh yeah, this person has so much to live up to. I mean, they have so much potential. They have so much potential. But then now, I mean, 23 and the older you get, it less becomes potential, and it's more about what have you done. I mean, what have you created? Because now at 23, I'm not competing with 23-year-olds, or I'm not. It's not me versus 23-year-olds. It's me versus, do you know what I mean, myself, but also the world, if you can look at it like that, versus 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, compared to as a teenager, they're just looking at you comparatively with those your age. You know what I mean? So I think it's nice to just get something out there. It's always nice to actually put out work and then say, this is something tangible that I can actually do. And that's now essentially out there forever. Because at the moment, well, talking about if you guys know, Drama's hit 30K. So 30,000 views.
31,000.
Round of applause, please. Thank you. But yeah, it's out there forever. So at the moment, it's at 30,000, but in the future, you actually never know. You know what I mean? When is putting out more work, or if one of the casts is putting out more work, and then all of a sudden people go back and then it hits 1 million views. You know what I mean? So the fact that it's out there, and we can all say in hindsight, it's still something that we're proud of, because sometimes
that's incredible.
you release something and
Literally
then after you're like, oh, not really so proud that, I mean, I wish I hadn't done that. But no one feels that way. So
No.
very proud.
30K, wow. So funny, because that's one of when all my work colleagues saw it, and that was the first thing they said, oh my God, did you die? Please tell me you didn't die. And I'm like, you must know. I'm like, I actually don't know. And even if I did know, I wouldn't say. I don't know. Maybe I could say that a situation like that could happen to any family. You know, it's not just pinpointed at one stereotype family. A situation like that could happen to any family.
I would say the key word for me is empathy. It makes me want to be even more of a better person.
For me, I think I'd say two things. Literally, as my character said, life isn't always as it seems.
Yeah.
Not everything is completely black and white. And there's grey areas and there's different perspectives. I feel like my character, when people, especially in the first scene, saw him coming out of prison, but later you figure out that. And then the second thing, doing the things that you're quote unquote supposed to do, showing up, good attitude, you know what I mean, good solid handshake. Everything has, you know what I mean, like effects that can reverberate later on. If someone's an hour late to set, all of a sudden you might not be able to shoot that scene that you were meant to finish that day is now delaying things for a few weeks. So I think, it just reiterated the importance of things like that. For me, that was the scene with Perry and Joel. Joel. For those that don't know the names, the two guys that were sort of chilling on the block, and then he calls the girl.
Oh yeah, he calls the girl. I had to. I literally. I'm not even going to lie. I literally thought I needed a dictionary book because I couldn't. I was trying to think the street talking. Like, what's he talking about? Is he talking about a woman? Is he like her? I'm not. That's just showing my age. So I can see why that'd be quite funny.
I was thinking, bro, you ain't got to lie, man. You know what I mean? just playing up to the brethren. Like, you ain't got to do all that. Yeah, he called her. He's like, what are you saying, babe?
I would say I'm going to flip it and not say it was funny. That scene where he was actually explaining to you the reason why he did what he did, and it was quite powerful and very, really emotional, and he was telling a story that he didn't really want to. It's like you didn't want to tell it, but you felt that you had to.
Yeah.
You had to say it to let you understand where you were coming from, and it was a really powerful scene. Oh, introducing ourselves. Yeah, that bit kind of helps, yeah. My name is Norma Jean, and I played part of the mother.
Aram, I played the part where I wear the black do-rag, the famous black do-rag I still have.
My name Benaya, 23 years old, and I play, the lead in drama. It's about it. If you wanna get to know me, hit up my Instagram, Benaya Julius.
Yeah. I like that, yeah. Cut the small talk. Just it. Get onto my Insta page.
This is funny because you have people that watch the first one and then people that didn't watch. I feel like for the people that watch the first one, they'll want to watch the second one because they'll want to know what happens. Because drama was left on such a cliffhanger. I feel like as humans, it's natural for us to want something to come to a resolution.
Yeah.
So unless you're someone that's not a human and you don't like resolution and you like things going unresolved and not coming to a conclusion, then maybe you won't want to. But if you want something to come to a conclusion, then you should watch drama. That's what I'll say.
There's just too many questions. Way too many questions. I mean, you know, what happens to everyone? Did the mum die? What happened to the USB? All of these things.
It's an unresolved mystery that has to be solved. So I think if you are curious, then you definitely need to tap into part 2. Yeah.
One day drama's gonna hit millions of views, so you need to be able to say you were
part of it.
Yeah, you're part of the beginning. Yeah,
part,
you know the
part of this journey.
Oh, I listened to so and so artists when you know what I mean, way back when. It's a flex.
Yeah.
So that's why.
You know, watch this space. It's gonna be a bit of a ride, I think.
Yeah. 100%.
Part 2. 100%. Yeah, 100%.
It's a wrap.
Then we just decide on which one we like, and then
that was.
I remember Chris sent me the poster for it, and I thought, oh snap. That was strong.
Yeah, it was so intense, that stare out. That was just like very powerful. So yeah, an absolute honour and pleasure to play the part with you. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well done. You should be proud of yourself.
Oh, that was fun.
Can't wait for part 2.